We had 23 yards of passing today?
Yes, sir.
I'm glad we got over the 20-yard mark. Okay, I think, once again, I was pleased with the effort our guys had. You know, the entire mission here is to put a team on the field that our school, our community, our family is going to be proud of. What that really means, we want that to translate to wins, but it doesn't necessarily mean you got to win. What it means, you got to never give up. You got to give 100%, 100% of the time. We have been behind many, 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 many times over the span of the season. We've been down at halftime many, many, many times. We've been down significantly in the first quarter, second quarter, and we've been able to come back. I'm very, very proud of our guys in an effort to be able to do that. I'm proud of the coaches, too, in terms of the adjustments that they make as far as halftime. Offensively, I think, the first half, once again, a tale of two halves. Offensively, in the first half, we weren't making any plays. We weren't throwing the ball well. We had turnovers. We were reasonably effective on the ground. We probably should have run the ball a bit more. But at the end of the day, I think we only controlled the ball for 9 minutes, 8-9 minutes. You can't do that. You can't do that, expect to win. They did a good job throwing the ball against us. They came down the field on us in the first period. Then they did a good job in the middle of the latter part of the second quarter. So we're going down by 5 at halftime. I think the defense did make some nice adjustments. This is the third week in a row where we held the opponent to under 300 yards. But in each case, I think we held them to like 92 yards in the second half, is because we had a good second half. The other reason, though, why it wasn't so much the defense was that much better in the second half, the offense did a much better job of moving the ball on the ground and therefore controlling the clock. So we were far more effective with that. I think our special teams, other than the fact that, you know, we missed an extra point, I think our special teams played pretty well. I wasn't crazy with our kickoffs because they had 2 good returns on us. That's the reason why we kind of scribbed the other one. But that didn't bounce the way we wanted it to bounce. We want a low, kind of crazy, bouncy kick that's tough to handle. When it goes like this, end over end, eventually you get a good hop. We don't want to give them a good hop on those. So offensively, I was pleased with the way our kids hung in there. I was pleased with the way we run the ball. I was pleased with the way we control the clock in the second half. From a defensive perspective, I'm pleased with the adjustments we made in the second half. I'm pleased with what we did in the second half. I thought we did a decent job of hustling, at least trying to get to the ball. And our special teams, the kickoff guys got to do better than what they did. Ryan Grader's got to be a little bit more consistent in terms of his kicks. But I think across the board we wound up playing pretty well as far as special teams go. So with that, give me your tough questions. Give me tough ones.
It just had to be a welcome sight for you to have both Abercrombie and Henderson back in the same game, and even Tyler getting back.
It was. Now, you know, I don't know if all those guys are 100% yet, you know, so, but certainly by the end of the game, certainly Abercrombie looked like he was 100%, so that part was good. Tyler, hopefully he's going to be ready to go in the next few days. I'm not quite sure the ankle's strong enough to kind of throw off it the way he needs to, or if he had to run. But it was good certainly to have them back. If Mike hasn't told you this, with the streak, with the record that Hop has as the most consecutive touchdowns in the history of Division I, in most consecutive games with a touchdown in each of those games, the fact that he has been out, the fact that he was in this game, played one play, that becomes live, and he scored a touchdown today. So his streak is now what, 33? 33. So we were pleased about that.
When it comes to, you said you made adjustments in the second half. How do you make those adjustments for a full game in such a short period of time this week coming up against Liberty?
Well, we're not going to worry so much. We'll know what we did wrong in this game, so we will correct those mistakes. We'll focus on, were they bad calls? Did we put our guys in tough situations? Or we just weren't playing effectively enough? Or were they doing something that really took advantage of some of the things we were doing? We've got to figure that out tomorrow first. Secondly, though, then we got to have Liberty broken down. We've got the whole season broken down as of now. We've got to break down the game today. And then we got to come together, I think, as far as that goes, and make sure that we are sound and effective from a defensive perspective in terms of shutting them. The key things that they do well, that's what we got to shut down. We got to do an effective job with that. And hopefully the offense, we got to have a good game plan in terms of going in. But we're going to make those decisions. We'll practice tomorrow night. We normally don't practice Sunday or Monday. And so we're going to practice tomorrow night and practice Monday, Tuesday, kind of have a walkthrough on Wednesday, and then Thursday be ready to go.
Bryant had two 16-yard, two 16-play scoring drives in the first half. I mean, how concerned were you that your defense had been out there a little too much in the first half?
number one, I don't want the defense to give up two 16-yard scoring drives. Number two, the defense is giving up too many third down conversions. But the offense didn't help us out there much because they weren't doing a good job of controlling the ball, and then they're turning the ball over. So I think we did a much better job in the second half, and they were running scissor routes on us. We were kind of getting crossing like this, and then they were coming in and picking us. And that's what created problems in the first half. I think we did a decent job of adjusting to that in the second half. But no, I don't want 16-play drives against us. I don't want two 16-play drives against us. And I don't want like 150% success ratio on conversions on third down. But the offense needed to do a better job to help out with that, too, in the first half.
But we did end up running more plays and one time possession overall.
It was a good second half.
Good second half.
Coach, how important was that first drive of the second half, setting the tone for you in the second half?
You know, I think the beginning drive, the first drive of the second half, when the game can go either way, I think is always an important drive. And we've been on both sides of that. But the ability for the offense to maintain the ball was what I liked about the drive. It took about 6-7 minutes. So we did a much better job moving the ball on the ground. We did a much better job controlling the clock. We didn't fumble the ball. We get into the end zone. We did what we needed to do. That kind of gave me a little bit of a sense of relief. That's what we need to do. And I think when we did that, I felt pretty good. I feel pretty good in terms of what we're doing going forward. Because the rest of the game, especially when we're running the ball, we were getting our yards. We were getting yards, so I felt okay with that. We're not usually a team that fumbles, but we haven't done a great job of that the last couple of weeks. So we've got to make sure we handle that. We've got to do a much better job protecting the ball.
As a follow-up, your third down conversions in the first half, I mean, 0 for 4, second half, 8 of 9, that had to been something that made you very happy.
Yes, it did. Hey, the second half I was so happy I could cry. So 0 for 4, unhappy. 8 for 9, happy.
A couple more interceptions on defense, too, just racking up interceptions on defense. Have you been a part of something that, a defense has racked up that many interceptions in a season?
Have I been part of that before? Yeah. My last year at Lafayette, we set a national record that year for block kicks, and we broke the school record for interceptions. So I've been part of that before. I am delighted with the way our defense, though, is playing this year, and certainly the interceptions are a big part of what we got going on.
What do you think it says about your offensive line, the fact that you really can't throw the ball at the moment, but you're still winning football?
I think it says we got good guys that give 100% playing the offensive line for us. I think they go out every day. I think they do a decent job of protecting our guy. Austin had some pressure today, but he could have probably handled that a little bit better. And you take a look at what we've been able to do in terms of controlling the ball in the second half, and the way we've been able to rush for the ball, our offensive line had a lot to do with that. And our offensive line's got some guys banged up, so I was proud of them.
So it felt real great to be out there, but mainly the offensive linemen, they just did a great job. They had a great day. They blocked real good. So basically, I just give it to them, because without them, I wouldn't do none of it.
How was the break free for that 46-yard touchdown run?
But it felt great. It felt great to open back up. It felt real great.
Are you guys excited about playing on Thursday night?
Oh yes, I'm very excited. Yes, it's gonna be a great game.
What was your injury, and are you 100%, or how close to it?
I would say I'm about 90%. I tore my meniscus, so yes, I feel pretty good.
You actually had a surgery, too?
Yeah, I had surgery. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence with our defense now. Richie, he went down a couple games ago, so I had to pick up a lot of slack, be the quarterback of the secondary, and I've taken that role pretty well. And just read my keys and just being tuned in more is helping me make more plays and being patient when the game comes to me. So, yeah.
I asked Coach Mobley about this as well, but you guys gave up a couple 16-play drives in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And how concerning was that, and was the defense starting to get winded at all with being on the field?
Yeah, well, the past few games we've come out pretty slow, and we're really working on that. And our coach really harp on coming out strong, playing 4 quarters, not just 2 or 3. And we always pick it up. We're a second half team, but we just got to get the first quarter together, the first drive. Because after that first drive, we honed in and we played better defense, more 3 and outs. But we got to do better on the first drive and make them better. Getting out on third down. So.
Anything else?
Well, CJ, you're a senior this year.
Yes, sir.
So how many years you been in the how many years you been starting in the program?
The past 3 years, not my freshman year, but
Okay.
sophomore, junior, and senior, I
So
started.
You're familiar with Liberty and
Mhm.
everything that entails with this program and their program. I mean, how big of a rivalry has this become for you, for Coastal?
Yeah, well, I mean, my freshman year, I didn't really understand the rivalry, and but as the years gone, and I seen the intensity of the game and how much trash they talk and how intense the game is and how close it's been the past few years. Even that game when they came here and beat us on the last minute play, how they ran to our sideline and how passionate they were, that just made more drive for me to come back at them stronger the next year. So now we're playing on Thursday night game on ESPN. I'm just ready to go to practice and prepare for them guys because we're not going to come out soft. We're going to play 4 straight quarters. Well, it's a good feeling. It's giving us something to chase after. We're balling and making plays, but seeing that we're close to Alabama just gives us that much more energy and drive just to pass them, surpass them. So we keep trying to make plays and do well.
Osh, for you, how about that dynamic that you have with Hop and, both of you coming back in the same game? Just what was that like?
I mean, it was great. I mean, everything I know Hop taught me, so it was great to come back with him at the same time. It was a great feeling, so yeah, it felt really great to be back, come back and play with Hop, the guy who taught me everything I know. So yeah, when I came, he took me up on his wing, so yeah, it was great.